Don't go stepping out of line. You're running out of time. And it's not that we won't survive, but there's just better ways to die. I know your heart can't take it, cause it's made out of stone. There's no way to fake it. As it gets harder, you stay.
It is a great day to be a race fan. Here we are, and welcome to the first race of the season of the MRL Xfinity Wednesday Night Series. I'm your host in the booth, Finn. Brandon, I refer to myself as many names, but Finn, for the first time in this series, super excited, and thank you to the MRL community for having me. We've got Daytona. I mean, what is better than kicking off a night of racing than under the lights at Daytona International Speedway? I mean, this place, it's got a lake, it's got an airport, and it's got what feels like 50 blazing hot, fast race cars. And I'm excited to be here. We had a great duels set last week. Came down to the finish in both of them, which is what you would expect at Daytona International Speedway. But a lot of guys learning a lot of things about what it's like to race next to the new and the old drivers of this series. So thank you for joining me tonight if you are here. And I'm really excited. Just a little precursor here, okay? I am alone in the booth. So while we will be able to reach out to some guys for some information out, please bear with me if there are any technical difficulties, as I am camera pushing, button pressing, doing the 9 while trying to keep you as engaged into the racing as possible. So these guys are finishing up their last 11-ish minutes of practice. The qualifying order is set, okay? We had, like I said, some great duels. We'll talk to our pole sitter a little bit. Let's see if we can't find somebody to speak to pre-race here. Let's get our man. Let's see what we can do. This is really hard to drag a man in. Actually, you know what? He runs the league. I don't want to do that to him. Let's get our boy Kyle Lynott in here for a quick little interview. Kyle Lynott, you are live in the booth with me. I think I pronounced that last name wrong. Why don't you fill me in on what to do? Lynott, what we got here? Oh, no shot. I pulled Kyle Lynott for an interview and he's not here. That's crazy. All right, well, we're going to go pull somebody else for an interview here, pre-race, since Lynott is Lynott here, if you will. Alex McCorder, you are in the booth live. You got me?
Oh, God, so much in practice.
You are in practice right now? Well, you've got to talk to us for a couple minutes and inform the drivers or the watchers here of your outlook here. So let me make sure you are nice and loud for everybody. Give me a little quick 1-2 real quick. Make sure you're good.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, definitely need to get you as loud as I possibly can. So, all right. So you are driving the 15 machine this year.
Yep.
Obviously, Daytona, a race that anything can happen. But outside of the well, talk a little bit about today, about what your plan is, as well as your outlook on the season, your approach here.
Well, I think today, at least, it's going to be a lot of, at least early, just kind of back off, feel out the crowds. It's really not taking the car's not seeming to take a push that well. So kind of want to get used to that. I think there's a pretty high likelihood we're going to see a wreck pretty early, just from aggression on pushes. But yeah, I think team strategy is going to be hanging back for a while, and you know, some guys will maybe want to turn it on for the stage. Some guys will maybe want to keep hanging out, but it should be fun racing under the lights. Got a huge crowd. I think this will be a record breaker for us.
Oh yeah. Is that the YouTube watcher crowd or the virtual crowd? You know what? Anybody's here.
Just the entries. We got.
Oh yes.
We got a ton of guys.
Yeah.
We've never had this many, so it's pretty cool. It's definitely interesting. Hopefully it doesn't, hopefully we can get some good green flag runs in and not just have a total wreck fest. But
well, the plus side is if you survive the initial wreck fest, then you'll be around with the regulars. So no, I mean, going to be absolute chaos here in the booth trying to keep up with all the new names and people. So, I mean, you're right. And watching you in the duels the other day, I mean, you have a good feel for what lane is moving. You moved out to that outside lane, kind of holding it. It just got caught up in a scenario where there was a 3-ride car that kind of misjudged things, and you get it. It's a kind of an exhibition race, if you will, kind of.
Yeah,
kind of.
I mean, and that you're going to try to push your absolute hardest, and just basically feel the car out for today. But yeah, it was. I think that was sort of what I don't think the 3-wide car had anything to do with it. It just took the push weird and just sent the car, a little wiggly, and then the 3-wide really killed us. So
gotcha. Well, I mean, we're going to be watching you today, and you're part of the Gulf Coast guys. Is that what your group is?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
It's me, Owens, Vulpes, Novella. I think.
Gotcha.
No, maybe not. No, I don't remember him. Remember half the time, but
well,
yeah, it's a good group of guys.
A lot of experience. I mean, Vulpes won the duel that you guys were in, so obviously these guys know how to race up there. So, yeah, we'll definitely be covering your team and your guys' journey, not just throughout the season or the race here, but through the season as well. So, good luck in your race today. Keep it in one piece, and hopefully we see the 15 at the end.
Try to keep them all rubber side down.
Please do. All right, you. Good luck, my man.
Thanks, Vin.
All right, that is Alex McCorder. If you're looking for a favorite driver, he's got a bit of a personality on him, and I think that there's something to be said about the guys that really keep a league going. So McCorder, a fun watch there. Let's see here if there is anybody else that is sitting around for a pre-race interview. Everybody's kind of getting locked in here. All right, we got pre-race engines getting ready to get fired. We've got the national anthem. Who doesn't love a good patriotic day in Florida? So super excited. Do me a favor here, everybody in the booth. We got a Let's Go Stratton. So somebody's getting cheered on today in the chat. Just again, if you are in the YouTube channel watching this live, first of all, thank you for supporting live iRacing leagues. Seriously, we appreciate that. And second, if you are noticing that I am too loud or not loud enough or something is off, please do not hesitate to be critical in the chat. This is a first for many of us, so we want to make sure we give you the best product. Okay, I don't want you guys to be hanging out thinking you're having fun, maybe getting a little nap in, and then I got the volume too loud, and then we wake you up. Well, that's maybe crank it up time. We'll be doing that, but you never know. So. As we are approaching about 5 minutes left of this session before we get going green, I think it's only time, or it's about that time to do the right thing. And if you're sitting at home, feel free to keep our active duty and our military veterans in your mind here as we go ahead and raise those nation's colors for the national anthem. We appreciate all of you who honored our active duty military and our patriotic Americans here today. As we are back, as these boys are finishing up practice, let's go ahead and get back into our blimp cam here, making sure all sound is good. Again, continue to let me know about the sound. We got some requests for interviews. I think it's time we do that. Let's go see if we can't find our most popular man, Mr. Stratton. Is he in chat? I can only interview people who are in chat, so I will do my best to get them. What is he? The Chase Elliott of the MRL. He's got 2 fans. Family counts around these parts. All right, it does not appear Stratton is in chat, so the moment I see him, if we can get him for some pre-race, as we are just 2 minutes from the grid and green flag and racing in this MRL Xfinity. So again, the goal this year in the booth is to not just capture the story of the race, but the entire season. So these drivers have done a really good job. We've had some media days, been able to sit down and talk with them. We're going to hear some of their stories and some of that information that they've given to us every week. So if you guys are tuning in week to week, the goal is to kind of create that flow from race to race, right? So we understand what's happening every week, the implications, especially as we get closer to playoff time frame. So super excited there. So if you do have a favorite driver that you're watching tonight, please make sure you drop that name in chat, show your support, and maybe under a yellow flag or any kind of scenario, we can go talk to them. So Let me see if we can't get Mr. Winkfield in the booth. Mr. Winkfield, are you there?
Yes, sir.
You're in the booth live with the MRL broadcast. Wanted to talk to you real quick before we get going green. You had an interesting 3-wide move in the duels, and it led to calamity. Are you going to be as aggressive tonight, or what's the approach?
Probably not, because there's 40 cars here.
All right, so tell me a little bit, and the guys here watching, what are your expectations going into the season? Do you kind of feel that, and be cocky as you want to be, do you feel yourself a championship contender? You fringe playoff? Where are we at?
Well, I know last season I think I finished top 4 in points, and I was in contention, and then until the last race.
Okay.
And it's just, I mean, there's a couple. They added a couple more drivers in here. I don't know, like their skill level, but I feel like I could repeat what I did last season, but hopefully get a win this season. I haven't been able to get a win in my time here, so hopefully a win comes this season, and I could just get the championship.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly got the pace, right? And not just at Daytona. I got to drive around with you a little bit over the last couple recruitment races, and I definitely can see that you know what you're doing in the car, but you're right. Like, in these leagues, it's all about consistency, keeping speed throughout, and just staying out of the mess, especially, like you mentioned already, there's a lot of new names here tonight. So it'll be very interesting to see how you guys race. Caution seems to be what everybody's doing, right? Let's just keep it relaxed. So appreciate you speaking with us. Good luck in the race today. And also, I forgot which chat I brought you from. So do you know the name of the team that chat you're in?
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Thank
Appreciate you. All right, good luck, man. James Stratton, I'm looking for him. James and MGM Racing. All right, let me go find Mr. Stratton here as we are gridding up here. Waiting for all of the guys. Practice is over. The laps count now. 80 laps. We have a stage caution at lap 45. Let me see if I can get our man. There's James. He doesn't go by. He doesn't have his name Stratton in there. All right, let me get James in here. James, it's Finn up in the booth. You got me.
I got you.
You are the Chase Elliott of MRL. I don't know if you sent the group chat a text and said, hey, this is the stream. I'm live. Watch me race. But they want to hear from you. So tell me about your approach today at Daytona.
Just gonna try to stay clean instead of try to stay out of the big ones, you know. Just try to.
Oh, you still there?
Yep, I got you.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm still learning all the names around the league. So tell me a bit, where do you finish in points last year, around where, and what's your expectation going into the season this year?
My first big race actually, and just kind of starting out. So, kind of got roped into this deal with a couple buddies. So.
All right. Well, the fans seem to like you already. We got a Michael Danks in chat shouting you up. Don't know if you recognize that D-Hops. So good luck today. If this is your first year, welcome to the league. We're excited to have you, and keep it clean. All right. We have got some absolute chaos occurring at the moment. As these guys are getting out here. So let's see if we can't get everybody out on the track. I got some Andrew Bollander's crash and Ty Keeler. So hopefully that these little pre-race bumps aren't anything too intense here as people are flying around. Let's see if we can't go get our pole sitter, Richard Swingle, in the booth here. So stand by and we will get talk to our pole sitter here. Mr. Swingle, it's Finn in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. So 2 weeks ago, you put yourself in P1. And then a week ago, because the cars are virtual and there's no risk, you rode around the first part of your duel in the lead until you got caught up in some mess. Did you learn anything in the duels that you think is going to help today?
Yes, to be very careful when you're the second car in the draft and pushing. These cars this season seem to be a lot more sensitive than they were previously, where you have to gingerly kind of push the guy in front of you, otherwise you get the car in front loose.
Gotcha. And you're not the first to say that. The 15 on recorder mentioned the same. So, I mean, putting yourself P1 to start is certainly the right place to be, the safest place to be with all of the new drivers joining the league this year in this first race. So, where'd you finish in points about last year, and what's the expectation going into this year?
Well, I'm not sure. Last year, I backed out halfway through the season to help Duval out in race control.
Okay.
So this will be my first full season doing Xfinity, and I was looking to do or just be consistent and get good finishes, but obviously I'm starting off on the right foot, getting the pole for tonight.
Awesome. Well, I mean, obviously the Daytona speed is kind of, everybody was within like 0.3 of each other, but that 97 White Castle machine's looking good, so good luck, sir.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the show.
We will. All right. I was told that we've got 1 lap to go, 2 laps to go. It looks like the laps are counting again. Technical difficulties aside, we're really excited today. Good to hear from some of our drivers before we get kicked off here. Yes, if you are not aware, this is a special type of racing that the NASCAR provides. Super Speedway Racing, there are restrictor plates limiting the speed that how fast you can go by yourself. But when you got a friend or two with you, it cranks up real quick. So everybody today will be right next to each other, 2, maybe even 3 lanes of racing. And it's just going to be who can survive, who can breathe. How many times, if you've been iRacing at this track, do you have to tell yourself, man, I haven't had a breath in 3 laps. Calm it down, reset yourself, and get ready. So I don't know if we are going green this lap. We will see if that pace car comes in. Looks like the rest of the field is getting caught up, so it looks like definitely at least 1 more lap before we get going. So, yeah, let's talk a bit about what Super Speedway Racing is. So, like I said before, drafting is king. Everybody here is going to be needs to find a friend, whether that's a teammate. We already mentioned some of the teams. We have MGM, we got Animal House Customs, we got Gulf Coast Racing. So it looks like there are teammates, so find a friend. But what happens if they're not around you? Traditionally, in NASCAR racing, the OEMs, the manufacturers, matter a lot, but I don't think that allegiance is going to matter here. So super excited to see, what kind of friendships form. All right, looks like they are going to throw that delayed caution for us so that they can get everything squared away, and then we will get going green. So yes, it's going to be all about finding friends, and that means making friends, right? These guys have already mentioned that bumping these cars, they seem to be extremely sensitive. So what's going to be important is making sure you're racing people with respect very, very early in this race, building those friendships, making people comfortable, especially with all the newcomers to the league this year. I mean, we have got I'm looking at a 44 car field, ladies and gentlemen. 44 car field. I don't even know how to keep up with all of these names. So, yeah, certainly going to be chaos. There's plenty of friends to be made, though. Let's just say that. Absolutely plenty of friends on the racetrack if they make it to the end. So, the 97 we spoke to, the 98 right behind him. Not a teammate, but the 98 did win the duel. So he will start second on the inside row. On the outside, John Spizak, that is a rookie, so also had speed 2 weeks ago when he solidified his spot on the outside pole. And then behind him is going to be Andrew Bolander and the Wrangler 8. And he was the fastest in that second duel. So he led from flag to flag there. So plenty of talent throughout this field, a lot of personalities, a lot of unique skill sets. So we're super excited to bring you guys a fantastic Xfinity Series League this year. And I'm going to need a water if I'm going to talk the entire time by myself.
Hang on, we're not going green.
All right, let's get one more interview out of the way since we've got some time. Let's get Andrew Bolander in here. Do, 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 do. Andrew, it's Finn in the booth. You got me?
Yep, I got you.
All right, man. You won that second duel a week ago, and you got yourself firmly planted, second in the outside row. What's the game plan today since you're already up front? It's kind of hard to get to the back and avoid it all.
I don't even know. I mean, I've been thinking about this for the last couple of week or so, and I don't know what to do. I'm just going to kind of wing it.
Gotcha.
I hope it works.
Are you feeling, a lot of the guys are mentioning how sensitive the car seems to feel on bumps and contact. Are you feeling that on your end?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, just hopefully I get some of my friends and teammates that's behind me and in front of me so I can at least tell them what I'm feeling too.
Perfect. All right, well, we're going to let you get locked in. Congratulations on that win in the duel. Good luck today in the race. And just to be clear, you were in the chat with David Smith, Dylan Tibbetts, LaPlante?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm going to get you back in there. All right, good luck today, Andrew.
All right, thank you.
All right, we should be going green soon, and you don't have to listen to a bunch of interviews. As these are, I mean, we've got a ton of cars. Well, actually, you know, I say that. It's a 44-car field, but not everybody seems here. So we will see how many cars have actually showed up. Maybe some guys in the pits. Maybe everything just hasn't loaded in just yet. It looks like a lot of them here. So we will have one more time around, and then these guys will get going. 180, 190 miles an hour in a traffic jam. All right, just making sure I got all my stuff set. Thought we were going to be racing by now. Sorry about that. But it should be shortly. They said they had to do a couple caution on that first race of the year. Everybody's got to get situated. They got to talk to everybody about all the rules, and they're doing it while driving. So we will get going shortly. And one more note, this race is brought to you by the Intentional Wreck Podcast, a podcast for race fans by race fans. You can catch them on Twitch, Spotify, YouTube at IntRecPod. That's INTWRECKPOD. This is a podcast that is going to be lightly covering this league, but mainly covering the NASCAR Cup Series and Xfinity Series. So if you are looking for a new NASCAR podcast, go check those guys out. And yours truly might be a familiar voice on that. So let's see if we are going racing finally. And they are peeling off. And Richard Swingle and the rookie John Spizak will lead us down the green. Let's go racing at Daytona, boys. And finally, we are not at pace speed as a couple guys are leaving the pits. That may be due to a lack of qualifying in the duel. And we are green as the 98 and the 97. They were best friends in that first duel, and they seem to be continuing that friendship here at the bottom lane. As nobody is quite jumping out of line. We're keeping it to, uh-oh, we have one down below the yellow line, and he is fading to the back. As Spizak gets a run on the outside, a push from the 8 of Bolander, and the 22 of David Brenner. Uh-oh, Spizak, it turns! He gets Bolander, Brenner's hit! Oh, there's more spinning. Oh, the 99's caught. Oh, we just talked to Andrew. A big wreck. Oh, chaos. My feed's getting used to it. Let's go back and see what happened here. To the right camp, please. Again, I apologize. Oh, he must have left. That would explain why that's here. All right, let's get the get rid of the technical difficulties here. Why is there no camera? All right, it's because all of these cars are not loading incorrectly. So a chaos of a scenario. Let's see if we can't go back and see what's going on here. I apologize. It looks like there's some major connectivity issues on this this race. So I'm going to try to make sure we can go back and watch those things live. But right now, it is not playing pretty with the replay. I apologize. It was chaos. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Let me see if I can't get this in iRacing here. See here, it's going nuts on me. Again, the rookie tried to clear himself low, and really that just kind of led to an accordion effect. Brenner gets contact. Taikila, the 24 in the bottom lane, is able to get through it. But man, absolute chaos. The 99 gets hit. The 2 hits the 11. Oh man, that's David Owens. He was a favorite in this race. Some guys are cutting through the field. Oh man, that wiped out quite a bit of cars on this track. Chaos early. Absolute chaos early. Swingle will make it through. Brenner, he looks like he's going to be P2, but he might have caught a bit of damage, so we'll see if that 22 machine comes down pit lane. Volpes, Estep, Tucker, Keela, and Amato seem to have made it through pretty clean. But yes, it looks like guys involved in this are going to be Daniel Smith. Bollinger seems to possibly have been involved. Let's see. Lynott possibly. Yes, Lynott involved. Spizak damage. Owens damaged. Daniel Smith is Jax Duvall. Jax Duvall, he's leaving pit road now. That machine looks to be in decent shape. As Swingle leads here in the yellow. So, I mean, that quick, and you want to talk about what will make a successful race. So, obviously, the rookie Spizak, very quick early, but a little bit of an aggressive move. Thought he had cleared that bottom lane, hopped down on top, and we were talking a bit about what makes this kind of racing stemming from all the cars not being drawn. That's actually, while we're here under yellow, let's make sure that that's the case. Graphic. And that would make life a lot easier on me if that was the case. Sorry, heard clear. Somebody said turn your hearing aid up. All right, let's see if this helps some of these issues here. Okay, that seems to be the case. Again, thank you so much. I forget it. You know, I'm hopping back and forth from my racing settings to this. So looks like we're okay now. A little bit cleaner. And we'll be able to watch all wrecks in 4K going forward. I don't even know if we're streaming in 4K. But, I would say rookie mistake, no pun intended. But really just one of those things where you have a quarter of a second to make a decision. And you got to make it. If you're going to go low, you got to go low. And I think just a little premature, a little early. And then, so a big one early takes out a lot of cars. But that opens the door for some guys that maybe didn't think that they were going to be contending up front today, making their way up. So Brenner is going to stay out, it looks like. So the damage must not be too bad, or he just doesn't know it yet. So that 22 machine is going to be bottom, second in the bottom lane. As there's still a decent amount of cars, it appears, that are going to be able to be around here. Let's see how many cars ended up a lap down as a result. Things will populate here soon. I got all the cars drawn now. Seems to be a little bit cleaner. All right, so those pace car lights are off, and for another time, Swingle will take us to green. Volpis on the outside lane. Brenner and Scotty a step in the 48 machine, and we are green back. And a lot of cars as they get up through the gears, fanning out. And the 22 looks like he is going to have enough power as he is pushing that 97 aggressively as they are going to clear Volpis by a lot. And here comes that 66 of Matt Tucker. That Chevrolet is they're going to get strung out 4 cars on that bottom lane. The 24 Ty Keela. As Tucker's going to hop out to the outside next to Brenner. And he's got a lot of speed here, and he doesn't even have a pusher. As it is Volpis who's about a car length back behind him with a step on that outside lane. So we're double wide here with the first 7. As Swingle is going to have the job of blocking and picking 2 lines here. And behind these guys are getting a little strung out. So Mr. Brenner exercising caution here, not getting too close and pushing through that tri-oval, a tricky spot. Everybody had already mentioned just how sensitive these cars were to being pushed as we see Ty Keela. Oh, he's going to get high with Joe Amato. They slide up the track a little bit at dirty air, causing a lot of problems for Ty early and that Taco Bell 24. The field kind of getting a little calmed down a bit. I think they see already what one wreck could change, one lap. Took so many guys out of the race. As this front group continues to just kind of hold steady here. Outside lane, not unusable, but definitely requires about 3 to 4 cars before they can get competitive. So let's get on the drone cam here. Uh-oh, Tucker's going to slide up in front of Volpis. That's 66. Continues to lead the outside lane. Big push here on the back. A step going to drop down to the bottom. So it's just 2 cars. Volpis, who won the first duel here on Wednesday, and Tucker, who has found his way up through the field using that top high lane. And it's going to be the 88 car of Steve Lewis is going to take over the 3rd spot in that outside lane, followed by the 975 of Randy Cornwell. So they are coming down here, approaching for what appears to be lap 8, if my overlay is correct. Patience here, patience. That's the key, as they are now double stacked for a good chunk of this field. So we see the 18 of Joey Steer slide to the outside as well. It's going to be hard to kind of follow everybody here with all that's occurring. I mean, really, it's a game of patience. As we've already seen, a good chunk of cars are laps down. So Swingle still leads. Tucker on the outside lane. Brenner pushing despite some of the damage he got from that initial wreck on lap 1. Little dive to the middle for the 88 of Lewis, but again, they're going to stay 2 wide. Oh, we have a car going 3 wide. That's that yellow machine. That's the 31. Is that Kevin Kyle? Making a move, he'll fall back in line on that outside lane. So that Pennzoil machine, I think that's the 31 of Kevin Kyle. Let's go on board and see what he's got. Okay, that's not Kevin Kyle. That might be Daniel Smith. So we're on board here with Kevin Kyle, still learning the names of the cars. And, of course, you never know if somebody's running the right or wrong number here. Looks like that. Yep. Okay, there's a 031, and then there's the 31 of Daniel Smith. Oh, he's going to make a crazy move to the outside as there's a big checkup. Okay, so for what it's worth, there was 2 31s. We're watching. Look at this. I mean, this man is absolutely carving through this field. He said, all right, all the competitors are out. It's time to move. As we're watching this 31, look very prime Denny Hamlin. He's right behind the 28 of Amato, who's going to cut the middle here. Oh, it's getting tight. Oh, Amato makes it through. We're 3 wide on board. Oh, nobody's lifting. No one's giving an inch. Oh, the 31. Good on his steps. Keeping it low. Absolute chaos on that onboard. As this 31 car is finding his way up front. He's now 4th on the outside lane. Oof, we are getting testy early. Keep in mind, nobody's going to pull away here. Everybody will be nose to tail for many, many more laps here. So aggressive power moves being made by, I would say, a league favorite, Daniel Smith, in that 31 Pennzoil machine. Really, really fast on those mile to halves, kind of known for that speed. So seeing it carry over here to these types of racetracks, as it's still Tucker and Swingle in that front row, neither giving an inch. And a good job from these pushers. This is, I think, part of the reason why this is staying so calm right now, you know, objectively calm, is because of those two guys in the second row. Vulpes won the first duel on Wednesday. He knows what it means to stay up front and right up front. He pushed Swingle the entire time until he knew he had his opportunity and he shot the gap. And then there's David Brenner. Brenner is a very talented NASCAR driver and very, very, very patient. He understands the game here. As Smith gets a little out of shape there. And we got a couple guys. It's starting to, all right, we're getting a little Hornets. It's a Hornets nest now, all right? These guys are starting to really push there. Taikila has worked his way up, 3rd on the bottom row. That 24 Taco Bell machine and teal car on the bottom. We talked to Ty pre-race. Ty is a open wheel driver. So while he does have experience on ovals, he is an IndyCar guy. So his only experience in ovals is this league. So it'll be very interesting to see how he is able to navigate this season in these much heavier, no downforce Xfinity cars versus something that's more planted to the ground, but a lot faster than IndyCars. So Ty Keela, make sure you keep your eyes on them as they are approaching lap traffic here. This could spell bad, especially if this is a newer user who was not used to these things. So we will see who this lap car is ahead. And I didn't see, it could be a newer guy, it could be David Owens. I did see he came back. That is David Owens. So he's going to stay bottom lane. He's going to force Swingle up. Oh man, and they're gonna all get past Owens. Nice and clean. Taikila, big move to the outside lane in front of Tucker. And now he leads the outside row. Aggressive move there. And now another lapper. Oh man, they're being squeezed real tight by the 974 machine. That's Mason Wagerman. But it looks like they're gonna make it through. A big move by, we were just talking about him, that's Taco Bell, Toyota. Oh man, but now he's stuck out left to dry. Does he have a friend? He's got a step in the low Chevy behind him. Tucker might be the one out to dry here. Vulpes hops to the outside, might be a teammate. Still learning my teams here. Amato has worked his way up. We saw him earlier, right from the perspective of the 31. Jump in the middle. Aggression paying off here for the 28 machine. Oh man, off that turn 4. I apologize for the lack of camera changes, but there really isn't much I can imagine outside of the onboards. As it is Amato, Brenner pushing, Swingle, Taikila, a step, and we talked about him earlier, the 31 of Daniel Smith. Pushing those lanes. Tucker slides back. He's 4th in the outside lane, running P7 as we stand at lap 15. Again, if you didn't know, a stage caution at lap 45. I believe the fuel window is shorter than that, so we will see pit stops. Whether that's under green or yellow is to be determined here. So as they run, it looks like we've got Taikila, Swingle trading the lead. A step Brenner, Daniel Smith, Joseph Amato, Tucker, Rayshawn Wingfield. We talked to him earlier. He said he was going to keep it calm and collected. He's running in the top 10. Vulpes, David Bewley, Joey Steer, Steve Lewis, Ricky Mandela, John Beverly, Tommy Fox, Matt Novella, and now Kyla Knott. Seems to be 17, so he might have been able to stay on the lead lap there. Kyla Knott struggling with some early damage here. Uh-oh, we got a car at 22, and that The Boys machine is up on the outside lane. Is that a 22 or 52? Either way, he's got a friend in front of him. That's the 31. Oh, that's the 23 of Rayshon Wingfield. Okay, that's with the scheme. He normally runs a red scheme. So, oh, man, we are 3 wide as Wingfield is going to push Smith on the outside lane. It's Swingle, Ty Keela, and the 31. Oh, Swingle's got 3 lanes to block. A little bit of a checkup on that outside lane. A little early for 3 wide racing, aren't we, boys? As it's Amato Brenner in the 97, nose to tail. The outside lane. The 24, the 48, and the 18. Joey Steers working his way up. Daniel Smith being pushed by Rayshon Wingfield. And I don't know how much longer they're going to hold on to that outside lane, but that's information to gather for later. All right, as they are going to slide back in, we're 2 lanes, but interesting to know that if you got enough push and those bottom lanes aren't hooked up to each other, you can make a run on that outside lane. Very aggressive, very, very aggressive, but not too bad here, not too bad at all. See, we may need to get a little cockpit cam. I want to see what's going on that outside lane. Let's go on board the 18 machine of Joey Steers. Slight lifting through the tri-oval. And if you are not aware of this style of racing, up front, you are wide open all the way around this track. There's no lifting points, but here, you hear them lifting on entry here. Not wanting to get too close in the corners to that Lowe's machine of Scotty Estep. As this outside lane starting to lose up the ground, then you pick up that momentum, go up there, give them a push, get nice and close. Slight lift on entry. These cars like to, that dirty air getting pushed up, out, bent out of shape. And then on exit here, making sure that you're kind of feathering that throttle. All right, so they've calmed themselves out a little bit here. And I have bad news to report for everybody. The 973 of James Stratton seems to be struggling. He's back here, the fan favorite. He's quite a few laps down. That Hooters machine, so he's riding back alone. Maybe some cautions come later. And we are back to the front of the pack. Ooh, Tequila. Isn't that a cool name? Tequila? It's like tequila. And driving around this feels like taking a bunch of that to the dome here. As he is on the outside. Oh, the 97 gets bent out of shape. The 22. Oh, he lifts. Estep saves it. Estep, almost the victim of that contact. The 97 shoots up the track and collects the 24, but we're all good. Intense stuff here as this bottom lane is going to pull about 4 car lengths ahead. But everybody's back, single file, driving around. Now it's important to be talking to your teammates. When are we going to pit if we are getting green flag pit stops, okay? And do you want to pit first? There might be a benefit for a large group of people pitting first, but if you stay out, you could have a scenario where these guys go pit and they don't brake at the right time, they spin it out, maybe a caution comes out, and you kind of get stuck in a weird spot. So it'll be very interesting to see how these guys navigate finding their teammates, getting to that bottom lane, communicating to the rest of the pack that they're going to pit. And then, of course, the hard part, going from 180 miles an hour all the way down to 60, 55 miles an hour here at Daytona International Speedway. They got a lot of room off this exit of this turn, but it is a lot harder than you think. In case you didn't know, there's no lights on the back of stock cars. So when they hit the brakes, you won't know it until they are a lot slower than you are. So, yeah, it is a beautiful dance, if you will, getting on the pit lane at this track here. Is Swingle and Keela. Not much change up front. Oh, man, that 97 I don't know what he's struggling with, but he is not giving the 24 a whole lot of room. Seems like the 22 unaffected by the damage sustained in the early caution. I wish my biggest movers was up to date, and I would let you guys know who's been flying up the standings, but with the early cautions and wrecks and some stuff, everything is not quite clear. It says Richard Schwingle is up 26 positions, but he started on the pole. Oh, Ty Keeler's going to clear himself down, and he's going to take the lead. Oh, that 97 does not like that air. Oh, he's been out of shape. The 22, oh, man, down in the grass, comes up. 28, the 48 is going to lead this lap. Scotty a step. And Joey Steers. We're leading. We saw earlier the 31. With his aggressive moves, he's now first car on the outside lane. He's pushing Steers and Wingfield behind him. That bottom lane extremely disconnected. Oh, man, a step did not like the push there from the 24 machine. And now it is the outside lane dominating. They're going to clear themselves down. Steers going to go low. He's going to give the outside quarter panel to the 31. And we might see a man drive as we watch him drive all the way through the field. The 31, he's got a friend, the 23. Amato behind him. The 97 of Swingle is going to try this high line up. He is not liking that dirty air, folks. He is led all up front all race long for the first 25 laps of this thing. Oh, man. So Daniel Smith leads the outside lane. Joey Steers in the 18. Came all the way up the field with him. He leads the inside lane. Behind them, a step. Rayshawn. Ty Keela, the 22 is recovered. He's back in that bottom lane. Oh, man, these cars, you know, tires, not the most important thing. Tire wear doesn't really affect you too much, but it's just that dirty air. And honestly, it's just not thinking for a second, right? Not anticipating the car, getting bent out of shape, rising up the track type thing. So, man, absolutely aggressive. He's got a lap car here on the bottom. He'll stay clear out of the way. I gotta do a sanity check here to make sure I'm live. We are. Okay. Sorry. I apologize. Still learning here in the booth. So, a step who has been a pusher predominantly in this race. He got the lead a little bit, but seems like he much prefers that in line. You know, when you're up front, it feels right. The clean air feels great on the car. Oh, Ty Keela's going to drop down the pit road. Did he wreck? Okay. Oh, I can't tell. A lot of guys wrecking here as they're entering down pit lane. Oh, man. Something happened to him. He's towing. What happened to the 24 car? On exit there. Oh, man. Did he blow the engine? All right, here's some more guys coming down pit road. Brenner, Amato. A big group here. McCorder in the 15. He's been quiet all race. Looks like Lynott might be with him. As these guys are going to come down. Oh, no! The 97 gets turned on pit road by Brenner. Oh, it pushes him through. Tragedy for the 97. Let's get you back on track here. We're still green. He might have missed his box. Daniel Smith leads. Wingfield in the 18 behind him. I mentioned this before. Getting down pit lane. Cleanly. As all of these cars are all split out. Just chaos all around the track here at lap 30. I mean, these guys have to pit. We don't have a caution, so we're going to have more green flag stops here. Fortunately for these guys, just stay on the lead lap. Here's Amato. Don't know if he was caught up in some stuff, but he might be a lap down. There goes Brenner coming out. Granted, oh man, there's just, oh, Smith having to peek through here. Oh, the 97, or 977 and 975. The 900 group, 78, 76, 75. As this lead trio battling through them all. When are they going to make the dive down pit road? The step is with them. Absolute chaos here at the front of this pack. Now in iRacing, when you are coming down pit road, when you're on the left side, they allow the cars to have contact and effectively go through each other and not have contact. I think that's what Brenner in the 97 thought, but if you're too far on the outside lane, that could go away here as they're approaching the lap car of David Owens, who's just kind of riding around for a point stay, hoping for a caution. And well done navigating the lap car there. Let's see if they're going to come down pit road this time. They are not. We have a couple more diving down, so stretching the fuel as far as they can. It's going to be important here, right? The more fuel that is not in the tank when you go pit, you got to get more fuel in. So, you know, I don't know if that's going to matter later, if they're going to come down and top off on fuel here at that lap 45 caution. But, you know, all of these things matter. I doubt we see tires taken at that caution. Oh, man, we got somebody in the wall there behind them. So, man, Smith, Wingfield, Steers. Is this the lap that they pit? And what does that do for the 97 and the 15 and the 22 that are potentially laps down? They're going to come around turn 4 here. And they're going to stay out even longer as we're just single file through this front bunch here. Smith, Wingfield, Steers a step, Danks, Vulpes, Lewis, Beverly, and David Buell. Still trying to figure out who's on the lead lap, who's a lap down. Again, once these guys come down to pit road, a lot of these guys are going to gain their laps back. But hey, you know what? If there was a caution to occur, then these guys would all be trapped a lap down. They essentially would get a free pit stop here. Let's see what occurs. The 900 boys on the outside seem to have gotten some steam, run down these leaders. We might see them kind of checking up here. Is this the lap they come down? Lap 32. Looks like a step is going to step out, and he's going to go get service there on pit road by himself. That spells bad for this style of racetrack. So we are at 33 laps. Again, I believe that is the case, though there were some weird things with the early wrecks under caution that kind of affected some of these laps. So we're going to assume that that is correct. I will take a look at the iRacing overlay here in a second. These guys navigating well. A lot of confidence to be made. When I talk about making friends, this is a, you know, this is the 3 best friends that anybody's ever had type deal. The 31, the 23, and the 18. So if they can keep things clean on these ensuing pit stops and keep finding each other throughout the race, this spells good for these guys, especially since a lot of the contenders struggling on pit road. And under stage caution, we'll look to address some of the graphic issues that there might be occurring, but it looks like it is better than before here as they are just nose to tail. Ooh, 31 gets a little squirrely, but 23 lifts, gives him room. There's some cars ahead of this group that are a little slow and a little out of shape here. Oh man, this is going to be insane to navigate. They're in the middle. There's a place bottom. There's one high. The 52's high. 0-1, 972. Can they keep it on the bottom? These leaders, this trio here, flying through. Oh, man. They are coming down pit road this time. Oh, and a caution comes out. Oh, no. Steers has crashed. Bueller's crash. What the fuck? Sorry, I apologize. Let me watch my language here. Big wreck. Here for Joey Steers. And Bewley. Let's see if we can find him and see what happened here as I continue to battle my own technology. I am 32. This boomer feel of technology is not the move. But let's go see what happened here. Oh, man. Yep, just as they're navigating all these cars, that group of 900 guys trying to come down pit road, get slowed up. The 18 can't get a part of it. He stays on the track. A man gets pushed up into the wall, and then we've got people sliding everywhere. The 900 group is dealing with it. So Steers will maintain the lead. A lot of cars a lap down, so we'll see where he cycles out with pitting. Let me make sure here that we're at lap 36. I don't know why that was doing that. So here comes 18 down pit road. Oh, we're having some connection issues now that there's all 40. Bear with me here while we get this situated. Apologize here as the broadcast is set up for my racing, not my broadcasting stream, so we'll limit some of the frames here so it doesn't overwork itself. All right, seems to be doing a little better. Patience. All right, we'll cut it in post, right? Isn't this this isn't live, right? All right, so let's take a look here at what we got here. We've got the 56 Novella. Actually, it doesn't. I don't even know who's in the lead. The iRacing stuff is just so off right now. And of course, there's wrecks everywhere. So we will stand by to announce who's leading, as there are going to be cars that are getting the wave around. It's showing Novella in the lead. He's way back here. So I think we just have a scenario where a lot of cars are going to be getting the wave around. Of course, guys pit, guys hadn't pit, guys wrecked while pitting. It was absolute chaos. So while the dust settles here, let's see if we can't find somebody to talk to here. I don't want to interrupt anybody's flow state. All right, there's our wave around. So it looks like we're going to cycle to McCorder is in the lead of this race. Novella on the outside row. The 54 of David Smith, Matt Tucker, Joseph Volpis, Joey Steers. So the 18 car did cycle his way back up to 6. Wakefield and Smith are around P9 and 11, it appears. There are just a lot of cars mixed in here, so we will get back racing here shortly. Again, a stage break here soon. So we may see some aggression that maybe will seem a little bit early, as guys are going to be fighting up here for stage points and looking to improve themselves. And then also those guys that pit now, are they gonna come in and take fuel, or people are gonna come in and take tires? Right, we had a lot of short pitters here, and then just a lot of chaos. I mean chaos. Swingle struggling. Tequila led some laps here. He's struggling after wrecking under pit road with David Brenner, who's down there. I'm seeing him as P35 right now here, so I think it's about time we do an old crank it up, why don't you?
Green flag, green flag.
All right, for everybody that's taking a nap. Uh-oh, big caution here, big caution here. Of course, my cars are just struggling to process any and all of that. I need to go turn that back down. I don't know what is going on. My internet and graphics card can normally handle a lot. Let's turn this down to 30. I don't even know if we have 30 cars left here. Why is that struggling to take this? Percentage of the CPU time. Okay, that seems to be a little bit better. I apologize again. Still working through everything in the booth. I need a producer. As it is Matt Tucker, the 66, who found his way up to the lead. Let's go see if we can find out what happened, or if it just went chaos here, as it was Robert Babcock who wrecked Hunter Manley off the track back on. That's going to test to see. Nope. All right. Lessons being learned here. Lessons being learned. So our third caution of the day comes out, and it is right after the pit cycle. So one man will get the lucky dog, but chaos is ensuing as it is a whole new set of names up front. We've seen Matt Tecker up front here today so far. Matt Novello, that 56. David Smith, 54. We saw a nice view of him pushing that 66. So, all right, we're going to get pit road here as a bunch of guys are going to come down and I think fueling up so they don't have to on that stage break here. We see Wingfield coming down, Daniel Smith back there in the Pennzoil 31 Toyota. Yeah, buddy, it's fine. As long as y'all are cool with it, I'm good with it. Still working on getting the wrecks and everything panned out. My CPU can normally handle a lot, so confusing there. A lot of guys coming down, getting fuel, getting tires. Here they all come out. 31 and the 23 jump some cars. Looks like tires possibly for the 66. As this is going to cycle the 84 of Jack Duval, the 2 of Robert Babcock, the 4 of Ricky Mandela Sr., and Daniel. Well, it's showing Daniel Smith is up there, but I don't think that's cycled up through. So that is your current top 3. A lot of strategies here, a lot of guys coming out on pit road. I think the big struggle here is just the application itself it seems to be very confused. Wish we could have got a better view of that wreck. Again, I apologize on the technical difficulties here, trying to make sure we get all the action, but the replay system and the cars rendering is a current problem, and there's just so many cars in this race, and I think that was the problem. It's just not used. Again, there are upwards of 40 cars that are in this session, so it's just hard to deal with all that processing power. So maybe I underestimated or overestimated my settings. As we are approaching, and it looks like this, I can't tell if this is going to serve as the stage break, but if that is the case, then that means your stage winner will be the 84 Jax Duval, unless they plan to go green and then immediately throw a stage caution. So I have not heard anything from race control on that, so we will see. So if this does serve as a stage caution, then the 84 will be your stage winner. If not, then we will see when they throw it quickly afterwards who is racing. But again, Jax Duval been real quiet, and that's what you have to be. You know, you don't need to be the front runner in this type of race all day long. You can just make it through the chaos, survive. And go from there. And it will be the NP4. The first car off pit road was that 31. He's linked up with his buddy, the 18. Is the 23 around is the question. We've got him scored in P11 at the moment. So, again, 3 really strong cars through the front part of this race. You got to think that they are the favorites. Just consistency and prowess. Volpes, 4th car, that's the Crown Royal machine there. The 98 in the bottom lane. Again, won the duels here last week. Obviously knows how to get around, but does he have many teammates left? He's got a motto behind him. Just been able to survive some of the chaos. They're swinging in the back. That White Castle 97 machine. Here comes the 81 of Duval.
Green, green, green.
As they get up through the gears. Lap 45.
Yellow flag.
And there's the stage break. So it looks like this will be the stage caution. And your stage winner will be the first stage winner of the season, Jax Duval in the 84. Robert Babcock, Daniel Smith, Ricky Mandela, Joey Steers, Michael Danks, Joseph Volpis, Chris Lewis in the 976 machine, Joseph Amato, and Randy Cornwell. That is your top 10 of the stage. So we've got 35 laps remaining, and it is going to be an intense 35 laps. Let's go see if we can't get our stage winner in the booth for an interview. Mid-race interview. Let's see where he is at. Mr. Duval, you're in the booth. You copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. He kept it clean, stayed low-key, and the Crystal Machine wins the stage. How you feeling, man?
Feeling good, but I got to pit. I am way short on fuel. I just took a gamble to keep some guys on lap down.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
Little strategy call there. So what was your thoughts? I mean, stretching on fuel. So you haven't pit, or did you pit earlier under some of the early cautions?
I only pit that last caution before this one. Or for the stage win, I pitted.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, so what's...
But I have to pit now.
All right, so you give up the lead, but what's it take for you to get back to it in front?
Patience.
All right. Have you won at any of these tracks in the super speedways in the league before?
Yeah, I'm usually pretty good at super speedways. Sorry, I'm trying to hit my pit here.
Nope, you're fine. Sorry.
But no, I feel very comfortable with super speedways. These are my bread and butter, so I'm either going to push somebody to the win or I'm going to fight for it.
All right, well, the car looks great. Big fan of the 84 number, so get that Ford into victory lane for us.
Will do. Thank you.
All right, take care. That is Jax Duvall in the 84. That is your stage winner. So who's leading now? Cycled up to the front. That's Joseph Volpis. He's got a buddy by the name of Joseph Amato. So the Josephs, maybe that's all it is, you know? You're looking for OEM, not in this league. You're looking for the same first name. Anybody. Somebody that'll Venmo you $10. Friends are hard to come by at Daytona in a league where there's no money on the line if you wreck the car. So certainly will be interesting to see who pushed. I like that statement there from the 84. I'm either going to push somebody to the win or fight for it. There's not a lot of guys that are content with pushing somebody to the win, and I think that's why he's in a group chat with 5, 6, 7 people right now. They're all working together. And a strategy call, you heard. Keeping people a lap down. So staying out on fuel. Not allowing guys to get that wave around. So now they're going to have to wait for a caution later. And if this goes green, maybe some contenders are going to be fighting. So as these guys file, let's go ahead and pull up. Let me see the status of how many cars we've got a lap down. So we've got 20 cars on the lead lap. Some lap down, folks. Swingle, 1 lap down. That's your pole sitter. Benton, 1 lap down. Stratton, a league favorite, a rookie, the 973 machine, 2 laps down. Owens, the 11 car, 4 laps down, caught up in that early caution. Bollinger, 45 laps down. I believe that's the defending champion, at least from what I've heard. Tequila is now 20 laps down. That might not be right on that, but yeah, not too many cars. Just 20. That's a lot. But I expect there to be more wrecks, more chaos. So an interesting strategy call there by the 84. As we should be going green here shortly to take lap 49. Brought to you by Volpis, who's going to choose that outside lane right behind him. They've got Cornwell and Kyle Lynott. I think that is Lynott on the outside in the Jordan machine. No, that's the 0-1. Is that 0-1 a lap down? Or is that just a bad paint scheme? I think that's just a bad trading paint scenario there. The 0-1 car. Let's go on board here. The 975 of Mr. Cornwell for this restart. And see what it's like to push a motto as we get going. All right, Cornwell getting into the right gears. Waiting for the 28 to fire off.
Green flag, green flag.
A little delayed there. Not connected is this front row. Oh, Amato. Oh, it looks like Amato let him down. Look at that teamwork. Volpis chooses the outside lane. Let's go on board Amato. Teamwork makes the dream work as these guys are getting strung out here. Lap 49, approaching lap 50. So it'll be just around 30 to go. That outside lane doesn't have much as it's Swingle, who appears to be a lap down. Pushing that 0-1 machine. That's the 0-1 of John Beverly, so a lap car somehow got stuck up there. So these two lap cars looking to get their laps back, so they'll be pushing heavily to get to the front of this field. Volpis, Amato, Cornwell in the bottom lane. Steers is going to jump up. He's going to be pushing these lap cars to the front. The 18, we saw him with that trio. They were making great pace earlier. The 18 was unable to get down pit road as there was just a huge mess as they were getting off the track. He ended up staying out, and as a result, he's quite a few positions ahead of that trio he was pushing earlier. Oh, man. Volpis been out of shape. Amato, Cornwell out of shape. They collect it before we get into the turn. Oh, the 0-1 gets turned. No! The 28 glitches through. What the heck? Relax. CPU. I apologize. This is crazy. Oh man, a huge caution. Oh, the 0-1 got turned. Somehow, the 28 is going to get through this thing. Let's take a look back. I'm just going to get away from the iRacing thing. It is not liking any of this. So that 0-1 on that outside lane got bent out of shape. Thought that he was clear. The 97 sees an opening, goes for an opening, pushes it. He hooks him. Oh no. Looks like the 18 car got it into it. And then there's the chaos of the replay. Oh, that 18 car is not looking pretty. A lot of guys coming down pit lane here. That'll be one of them. Let's see how long this 18 car is in pit lane. Dealing with some of that damage. Don't know what the front end looks like. The back end looks ugly. As everybody should be coming down here, as this might be the last time they need to pit. We see McQuarter back there. Everybody's on pit road. 31 slides in his box. Let's see how long the 18 takes. Even if he does have some damage, it might be worth fixing it, as everybody here is coming down to get a full tank of gas. We got that purple car just limping down the track, trying to find his box, or Wingfield leaves. All right, so it looks like we've got damage even for the 31. So these guys might just be fixing some damage up here as they... There's a big track. Guys have to go all the way around the track. Plenty of time. Should be about a minute and some change on these laps. So you a good opportunity to get damage fixed. Stay on the lead lap. Kind of manage it. Stay on the lead lap. Plenty of caution. So I apologize again. Technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on. I've got a fantastic computer, so it's just, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have spectate. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe there was a watch button, and that's the reason why cars are disappearing on me. But we will get that figured out as we get over to the next part of the schedule. So got the yellow stripes on the back of my broadcast here, but I think we're doing okay with capturing the action as it happens. It's just the replay system that's not playing too nice with us here. So Volpis, Lynott, Kirkpatrick, Amato, Cornwell, your top 5 here. All those guys come down pit road. They got enough fuel to make this to the end. I wonder what the fuel looks like for Volpis. If he feels like he can make it to the end, do the caution laps, if he's good to go outright. But either way, if he's going to be in the front of this thing, he's going to be burning the most fuel out of the pack as he will be on the throttle the entire time. Yeah, buddy. Struggling a little bit with that. I think it's just due to all the settings that I put together where when we were doing the duels and official races I was spectating, and those are capped out at about like somewhere between 15 to 22 cars. And I think now it's just all the settings that I have set up and everything for how fast I can stream is all set up for, it's not ready for the 44 car field that we've got today. So again, we will work that out. Promptly. Now, if you are new to the stream, welcome. Thank you for popping in. This is the Moonlight Racing League. Tonight is our Wednesday Night Xfinity Series League. They've got their Monday Mayhem Cup Series. Tuesday, actually, I don't want to announce anything. I haven't heard if there's an official announcement, but more racing to come on Tuesdays. The Thursday Truck Series League, and then Friday, Sunday ARCA Series. So that is all here. So drop a follow if you can on the YouTube channel. I am not doing those series, so you might actually get replay value on your highlights from those other streams. But plenty of styles of oval racing done in the Moonlight Racing League. And if you are interested in driving, you can sign up. Just look there into the into iRacing. Look for the Moonlight Racing League, and there should be a link there to join. All right, Volpis, Lynott are going to bring us down. Volpis chose the outside lane last time. We choose it this time. And off we go. Lynott dealing with a bit of damage. I imagine Amato's going to try to clear him, and then they're going to clear low. And they will do so as the 988 seems to lack a bit of pace. And it's just going to be Tucker stuck by himself on the outside lane. That's what he was earlier. Yeah, I could use any and all help. All right, so we're Volpis, Amato, Lynott, Kirkpatrick in the 27 was a lap down earlier. He's back on the lead lap, and that Miller Genuine Draft Machine, sick paint scheme there. Cornwell, Tucker, Novella back in this mix. Uh-oh, a little squirrely there. Further back in the pack, you know, I see 3 guys right next to each other. I see Joey Steers, I see Rayshawn Wingfield, and I see Daniel Smith, our trio from earlier. Don't know what the shape of their cars are, pending damage and things like that, but those cars had a lot of strength early in this race. We're approaching 25 laps to go. Getting strung out here. We got Babcock in the 2. He's pushing that 66 on the outside lane as they're starting to get things formed up here. They've got the 4 of Mandela And Cornwell in the 975 on that high lane. Can they get close enough to make a difference here? And pass and clear down on Vulpes, or is Amato and the 98 going to push themselves here to victory? I did talk to Amato this week in media. He told us that he wants to establish himself as a contender. He said he's feels like, he's not getting wins. He's kind of more of a dark horse playoff guy. He wants to go up there. He wants to fight for championships. He's doing just that. We got 25 laps to go, and he's leading this thing. Tucker, good push here from the 2. They're formed up well, so we've got 2 defined lanes here. Oh man, they're getting squirrely. The patience to just wait and just understand your time will come. But do you want to be 10th when that time comes, or 5th when that time comes, or 1st? So all these guys are cautiously moving up. Amato slides up a bit. It's a little bit of a side draft here. They're going to pass Benton there. The lap down car. Oh man, squirrely there in the back. That's Stratton. Kept it in one piece. And the big push from the 2 is going to allow the 66 to get clear, but he wisely doesn't come down. We saw earlier in this race the rookie decided to come down even though it was clear, but clear doesn't mean good to go in these types of tracks. Uh-oh, Cornwell shoved out. We're 3 wide here, about 3 rows back. These cars are coming a lot faster than you think, and as soon as you think you're clear and you make the decision to go down, it's too late. Lopez running that yellow line here. Pick a lane, you stay in it. I think the safest lane is the bottom. You can protect the bottom. It is illegal to pass below the double yellow line at this style of racetrack. Cornwell gets cycled back because it's the 970 who pushes his way up. I think this is a lap car, the 970. But any car can be a pusher. Oh, they go 3 wide on the outside lane. Oh, the 66 get a little bit bent out of shape on the exit of that corner. We've got 3 wide. We got 2 lap cars on the outside. Or is that for the lead? Is it registering? Is that Danks? It just registered. He's in the lead now. Okay, so it's not a lap car. The 970, Michael Danks. And the 972, they go up. Okay, it's the 72 that's the lap down. Vincent Peterson pushes the 970 all the way on that outside lane. We saw it earlier. That outside lane can work if you've got a good push. And a lap car pushes Michael Danks in that chrome pink 970 good wrench machine to the front of that outside lane. Oh man, Vulpes still holding the bottom well. Amato with him. Lynott. Kirkpatrick still maintain the bottom lane. It is the wild card of Michael Danks, who has found a friend. Like I said, you're just looking for friends at any point that you can. It doesn't matter who they are. A lap down, multiple laps down. Oh, the 66 gets it to Peterson. Peterson gets it to Danks. Oh, a big shove on the late corner. On the exit of the corner. How did they keep control of the vehicle? Oh, man. That was looking like chaos as Vulpes pulls out ahead, clear by a car length of that outside lane. Absolute mayhem here at the front of the field. The 970 working his way back up. They're all calm and collected here. That 66 Tucker going to throw the middle. He does not like this lap car. He does not like what's going on. He is not a friend of these. This is faux territory. The 66 is looking to get through no matter what, even if it means pushing harder than expected. Big push here by the 28. Here comes that outside lane. Big push by the 66. Be careful pushing the pusher. The 970 is clear. Does he stay with his butt or does he stay on the outside? Danks, a decision to make. He's going down in front of the 98. He's clear. Danks. Is it the move of the race to go high with a lap car behind you and no one else? He leads. 19 to go. Oh, man. Incredible move by those two. Can't believe I captured it. Was half expecting everything to lag out. Oh, Amato throws a block. He's going to go high. He wants a piece of this. It's 972, Vincent Peterson. Again, a lap down. But Peterson proven to be a valuable pusher, getting that 970 machine to the front. Here comes the 66 with him. Oh man, this is chaos. Kirkpatrick jumps out of line, so they may get a third here as he's going to sneak up to the back bumper. Here comes Novella as well, so there's 4 on this outside lane now. So we are 18 to go. Volpes slides up a bit on the side draft in the corner. Gotta be careful there, I'm sure. A lot of these guys dealing with old tires. Not the biggest problem here, but you definitely don't want to be bent out of shape with old tires at this track. Oh man, that 66 has no friends. He is pushing hard. He wants past this 972 in a bad, bad way. 972 looking to get a lap back by getting in front of this pack, and maybe a caution comes out and saves him. Don't know at the moment if he's more than 1 lap down. He is running P23 per the ticker. As we are 17 to go here. Oh man, 66 gives another bump. Pushing on the front stretch. We heard from multiple drivers in the pre-race show. These cars are sensitive to the push, and the 972 is doing everything he can to hold on to this machine as the 66 is pushing. Oh, got a car. Below the yellow line, been out of shape. Is that the 11? I can't tell. Here's Amato through the middle. The Bandits pushing the 98. Oh, they're up the track, the 98. Squeezes, oh. Throw in the middle is Tucker. Amato stuck on the outside lane. We got Stratton in the middle of it. The fan favorite out there. Getting in that outside lane. Amato's going to sneak back a bit. Looks to get in line behind Kirkpatrick. Oh, Amato, or Stratton stuck in the middle. He's clear loaded at 97. All right, we're all clear in the back there. And it's Tucker and Kirkpatrick on the outside lane. Finally rid of the lap car, leading one of the lanes. As we approach 15 to go here, it is picking up. This battle is picking up. Absolute chaos. That outside lane is dropping back, recollecting themselves. They can get in line. They can make a push here. It's Tucker, Mandela, or Tucker Kirkpatrick, and Amato. As Danks continues to lead Volpes and Lanat. Oh, that's not a good cam. Volpes making a move. All right, he'll stay bottom. He's got a clear lineup if he wants to go lead this race. It's just a matter of, do you want to be in front of that 66 who is aggressively pushing? He wants the action at the front. Here comes again, a little side draft. Stays clear of Lanat. Kirkpatrick hops to the outside, wants some clean air on the nose, but you got to be careful there. He's got the 972 as a pusher. We saw how well he can push earlier. Saw how well he could push. So that outside lane has got some talent. Stratton is there as well. He's the 4th car in line. Though Stratton, I believe, many laps down. We have yet to see Smith, Steers, and Rayshawn have the speed that they showed earlier. I think we might be dealing with some damage, so the old competitors are gone. The lights are on, the sun is set, and the big dogs have come to play. Danks, a little bit of a block on that high lane. He's managing well, but will the patience wear thin of the 66 and the 98? Two guys who would love to lock themselves to the playoffs early. And how's fuel? We haven't even talked about that. This has been a long green flag run. Is fuel going to be a problem for these guys? We shall see. 13 to go. want to go on board here with that car. Third and middle lane. Oh, Kirkpatrick, a little low. This is Kyle Lynotte's machine. Pushing Volpis, who's pushing Danks. Calm, cool, and collected. Let's look at Dave Kirkpatrick and that 27 machine pushing Tucker. Tucker out of shape. Oh, saves it mid-corner. Here's a big bump. Oh, that's a push. Oh, everybody's getting squirrely. He's next to the 98. That's the 66. Oh, and we've got a lap car here. If there's an opportunity for somebody to jump out of line like Amato did earlier, it's approaching this lap car as everything's going to get shuffled. All right, it's wisely off the track and out of the way. And we were love a respectful league mate as it Stanks leading us around here. About 10 laps ago was Danks taking it on the third lane on the outside with just one pusher, a lapped car. How do you trust a lapped car to push you all the way around? And then he comes down and he takes the lead. He hasn't given it up since. Volpis on the apron on the entry. Will it be Tucker? Will it be Danks? Will Volpis make a move? Does he have a friend in Lynott behind him? Novella, the 56, getting in the mix. Mandela staying quiet in the 4. He's there. PR10 to go. This is where it heats up. This is where you got to remember, you got to breathe. You got to remember where your friends are. You got to know, see the bigger picture. Is it glory or is it, are we okay with P2? Do we end under green here? Do we get a caution early? Leaders are side by side. Tucker with a good push from Kirkpatrick on that backstretch. Danks keeps him at bay. And oh man. 9 to go. Uh-oh, Amato been out of shape. He's back on the track. He's good to go. Just making sure I'm live so I don't miss anything. Uh-oh. Chaos! Amato's turn! Stratton as well! Caution's out! Was McCorder in it? He was. Did he get through? Oh, Amato and Stratton. Stratton comes down on Amato. They all get stacked up. Swingle gets through. McCorder. Oh, just a little side damage from the 15. He should be okay to continue as he's sliding through. Oh, man. All right, I think we found our settings. Or enough cars have left that it's not throwing off my PC. Oh, man. Stratton, one of the league favorites, or chat favorites, if you will, just comes down on Amato. A lot of dirty air here. Cars bent out of shape. Is Danks in any chat? Danks is in a chat with Stratton and Peterson, so Michael Peterson, not, I don't think that's, actually might be. Okay, so it is his teammate, the 972, MJM Racing. So that explains why the lapper went with him. I was saying Vincent Peterson, but he shows us Michael Peterson, so. A lucky dog makes his way by. We've got Danks, Tucker, Volpis, Kirkpatrick, Lynott is your top 5. P6, Ricky Mandela, Novella, Rayshawn Wingfield, the 23. He's back in the top 10 after sitting back. The question is, were they sitting back due to damage, or was he sitting back because he just knew the chaos was coming? Babcock in the 2, and then rounding out the top 10 is Cornwell. P11 after the contact is 28 of Amato Lewis. P12, McCorder after spinning through the grass. P13, your stage 1 winner, Duval. P14, and Daniel Smith in the Pennzoil 31 is P15. So MGM Racing is moving. Absolutely moving. I mean, if they win this race, that is the move of the race. 2 cars, third lane on the outside. That was like 2011 tandems draft perfection. I don't choose favorites here in the booth, but what a story and what a move of the race that would be if this 970. But that 66, man, at 66, he has been confident. He has worked his way up through the field early. He has stayed up front. He is fast when being pushed, and he knows how to push. So if you are a car and you're ready to handle something, you might need to have the quickest hands in the West, but that 66 will push you and get you to the front. He said, interview us in the team chat. Let me make sure here.
James leave?
No.
Hershey, did you leave? Did somebody join?
It is Finn here in the booth. You guys got a copy?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Getting pushed on the high lane. 3 wide. Clears himself down. Takes the lead. What does it take here in the 970 machine to win this thing?
I need my pusher back.
yes, you do. Now, is it Michael Peterson or Vincent Peterson is showing up in iRacing is different?
It's the same, either or. I go by Vincent, though, yeah.
Okay, Vincent, all right. I caught it right on the broadcast. All right. I didn't know you guys were teammates, and I was just like, who's this lap car pushing the 970 high lane? Listen, no jinx. I'm going to let you lock in here, but good luck and a hell of a move, gentlemen.
Appreciate it.
All right, as we are coming down, it will be 5 to go when the green flag waves. Will it be the last caution? Will we get 5 clean laps? Your front row taking the inside lane is Mr. Danks, Mac Tucker on the outside, Volpis Kirkpatrick behind them. This is what it comes down to, folks. Place your bets. Second bet, will I have a voice tomorrow? I haven't had a sip of water since the broadcast started. Here we go. Ace car hits pit lane. No friends around the 970. Will Volpis prove friend? He's going to take off quickly with no pusher, and the Kirkpatrick's on the outside lane pushing Tucker. Might be the push they need. He's going to go up and clear. The 66 comes down low. Oh, man, aggressive Lynott out of shape. It cycles back Amato, stuck in the middle. All right, the 970 is being pushed by the 66. Is it friend or is it foe? 66 has put a bumper on everybody. Oh, man, he does not look like he wants to be behind the 970 here. As they're entering the corner, Danks goes to tail. It is Danks, Tucker, Volpis, Lynott. The outside lane led by Kirkpatrick now. Ricky Mandela been quiet in that 4-car. Wingfield back in the mix in the 23. Tucker to the outside. It's 3 wide for the lead. Not clear. The 27 battling back. Little side draft. Mandela slides in. Pushes Tucker through. Kirkpatrick cycles back. We still got 3 lanes, and he does have a pusher. We're side by side here on the back stretch. Oh man, chaos. As you can see, everybody is looking for clean air, a lane to get through. Kirkpatrick, oh, contact across the nose of Wingfield. Do they keep it straight? I hear people hitting the wall. We got a caution. And my shit's going crazy again. Relax. Why is it geeking? As of now, I'm showing Tucker, or Danks, as the leader. I apologize for the vulgarity. Very frustrating. Oh man, a lapper, I believe, came down the nose of Wingfield. It's going to bring out this caution, and we're going to have a green-white checkered finish here. It's our 7th of the day, which is honestly impressive for an 80-lap Daytona race, considering the first one was on the first lap. Is fuel a concern? I do not know. All right, I will let Matt Tucker focus. Looking at his chat immediately, there is nobody in Matt Tucker's chat that is around him. So no teammates for him around. Volpis, Lanat, Gulf Coast Racing guys are near each other. P3 and P5. The only teammates that I see so far. Novella is with them. He sits P7. So we have 3 teammates who should be on the bottom row together. That is the only friendships that I see established. Let's go through a paint scheme check. The raw machine of the 66. The Crown Royal 98. That's pretty. Looks very Kurt Bushy. Mandela and Animal House Customs looks like a nod to the late Dale Sr. I don't even know who that sponsor is with the 988. Nice and crisp modern design. Kirkpatrick, we've looked at this Miller Genuine Draft, this throwback here to Rusty Wallace. I like this gradient here on the 56, the Oakley machine. Steers has found his way back. Look at that. Got that car fixed up. He sits P8 in the Pilot Flying 18 machine. The target, number 2, Robert Babcock. Omaha Steaks 28 of Amato, who has been very, very busy. That car is cooked. Well done, as they may say. The Boys, Rayshawn Wingfield. The very popular superhero television show, if you have not seen it. And it looks like we might have our pole sitter in the White Castle 97 back on the lead lap here in P12. As these guys are racking it back up here, we will have 2 laps to go. I don't know if that's technically a green-white checkered. Let me double check here. All right, we've got a green-white checkered. And I believe that there is just one. I did not check to see the rules. All right. We are going to assume that there's just one green-white checkered here. So we've got Danks and Tucker on that front row. Keep in mind, 3 teammates on that bottom row. Are they willing to push the 970? Or they got other plans here if that 970 goes up to block? Volpis leads of those teammates. It's all come down to this. 80 laps. Fighting through the traffic. Hitting on the green. Finding your friends. Avoiding wrecks. And this is what it comes down to. The 970, a fantastic move on that outside lane. Past not only Tucker in the middle, but also Volpis on that bottom lane. And he has not relinquished it since. The MRL Wednesday Night Series kicking off its season with an absolute banger here in Daytona.
Green, green, green.
And here comes Danks taking the green flag. Volpis with him. Tucker on the side draft. No push here from Mandela, so the 66 is by himself for now. But the Ford will get up there, see if he can push him to the lead. The 98 sees a peak from the 970, who slid up the track a little bit, but he stays in line. The 970 cleared both lanes. Will he block or will he hold? I think he got to hold that bottom lane. Big side draft here from the 66. A push from Mandela. Kirkpatrick behind him and then steers. Oh man, there's not a... You couldn't put a piece of paper between these cars. Tanks is around. Clear both lanes here. Tucker with a push from the 4. We're white flag. We're white flag. There's one to go. A wreck ends it. Lanat below the line. Volpis is pushing the 970. Not quite clear to 66, who shoots up the track. Mandela's behind him. Can we get a big enough push on the back stretch here? They're coming. They're touching. Volpis slides up into the 66. The 66 is next to the 98, but is he away of the 970? Does the bottom lane make a move? The 98 looking for any room. He pushes. Danks is clear of the field. Mandela, a lot of moving from the 4. Is it enough to get a push? They're off turn 4. It's a drag race. The 970 sideways. Volpis looking everywhere. Mandela's turns. It's Danks. Oh, they wreck at the line. I apologize. I have no idea why that's saying. Michael Danks in the 970. Tucker P2. Volpis 3. Lanat P4 and Mick Mandela in 5th. Wrapping around 6. Babcock Novella P7. Kirkpatrick in 8th. Joey Steers recovers to 9th. And Swingle, after an early wreck, your pole sitter wraps up the top 10. Oh, man. Oh, man, absolutely incredible. Mama's in the chat happy. As Danks comes here, he's going to burn it down for us. Oh man, the 970. Let's get your winner. Let's get. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner. You held him off, Michael.
I did.
I did not expect you had 3 teammates behind you stacked. They were looking for a single bit of light to get through. What was going through your mind there as you took the green flag for the final 2 laps?
Oh, I heard you say there was 3 teammates behind me. I was not aware of that, but once I heard that, I just wanted to keep at least second and third side by side. So I actually pumped the gas a couple times on the last 2 laps to make sure that the guy behind me did not clear, because I'm sure his teammates would have went with him.
Yeah, I mean, masterclass. Just a good job at, I think, blocking those outside runs when you could, but also understanding that you can't give that inside lane any kind of room. So, well done. Winning the debut race of the season. How does that feel for the way that you approach the rest of the year?
No, now I can have fun the rest of the year.
Lock them in, baby. Lock them in. I mean, I'm excited to go clip that pass. Genuinely, one of the most exciting passes I've seen on a super speedway race, and then to hold him off after that. So, well done. Congratulations on the win, and good luck the rest of the season.
Yep, thank you.
All right, let's go find Mr. Tucker. All right, we are in the booth here with your second place finisher, the 66 of Matt Tucker. What was going through your mind there, and what would you have done differently if you could go back to 5 minutes ago?
Oh yeah, I mean, overall it was a good race. I felt like the bottom was very dominant, as you saw at the end with the 970, basically controlling the line. So couldn't really done much. I mean, the 27s gave me some good pushes on that last stint, and then he kind of got shuffled out, and then the 4 we just couldn't really get going on the top, so it's kind of hard to pass tonight. But overall, I mean, second place, can't complain about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you did a fantastic job throughout the race. Everybody up front kind of got in trouble except you, right? The 97 pole sitter got in some issues. Then there was a duo of the 23 and the 31 and the 18, but they had some issues on pit lane. What was key to you in terms of getting up front and staying up front?
Oh, just like you said, just trying to stay out of trouble. That first caution on lap 1, and barely missed it, and kind of took out two of my partners there with the 53 and the 8. So I mean that really sucked. And then me and the 54 were good friends also, so he helped me get stage win. So I got to thank D for that. So that was good. But yeah, I mean I fell back there after one restart. I was around about 15th, and then that one big wreck happened, and missed it, got back up to like 6th, and then just stayed there the whole time. So just trying to survive in advance, and I feel like we did that pretty well tonight.
Yeah, man. Great start to the season. One of the most aggressive cars out there. It was really fun watching you. As soon as somebody got in front of you, you were like, hey, we're going to the front. We're going. Hold on to it. So one of the best pushers of the day. It just so happens that the move of the race came on a push on the outside, taking it 3 wide. But either way to keep it clean up there in the front, survive all day, and good luck on the rest of your season, Matt.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your first and second place finishers. I think it's a successful night, okay? If we ignore the few technical difficulties, okay? We got the action on screen. It's about everything you wanted. A fantastic pass for the lead. A valiant effort to hold off a hard-charging field. 3 teammates who are look for the light. Tucker, who's just looking for anybody to give him enough push to get up there and fight for it. And most importantly, a very clean finale there on that green-white checkered. I thought everybody up front raced well. So a huge shout-out to the Moonlight Racing League putting on a fantastic product on the racetrack. Huge shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you for everybody popping by, showing me patience and grace there in the chat with some of the difficulties we were having. Thank you all for joining us this evening. May you have a great rest of your week. And that was this week's broadcast of the MRL Xfinity Series.